Okay, I'd like to give you a few tips regarding template and report organization. So first of all, let's start and take a look at the templates. So for each section, you'll have a list of templates for each module. They vary depending on what you're using them for. For instance, if we go to Echo, you'll see that the reports are completely different. They're related to Echo. So in this particular module, these are the reports that are available here. So what we can do is to organize these. First thing you can do is if you get a bunch of them and you want to get rid of them, you figure out one you want to get rid of. So here's one we created in a prior tutorial. So we just come up here once we've highlighted it and remove report from the list. Now, you don't necessarily delete the report. You're just taking it out of the list. And if you take it out of this list, it'll be out of the list for every user in SonoSoft. You can always put it back in, but you can remove them. So if you want, as an administrator, you can clean up this list and get rid of things you don't need. So you push go here. Are you sure you wish to remove the superficial interpretation from the list? Answer is yes, and now it's gone. Okay. So that's how you remove, so you can clean up things you're not going to be using. Okay, if you're looking for something and you can't find it, sometimes it's helpful just to sort from A to Z. So you can go there and click go, and maybe you'll find it faster by doing that. Now, when you close it and reopen it, you'll see it's back to the other way. So it's not a permanent way to do it because other people are using the system and they're used to looking for a report in a particular area. So it just is a temporary sort. Okay, another tool that we have here in the list, so we have you can rename a report. So you basically check the report you want to rename, and let's say letter fax cover PCP. We'll go here. We're going to rename that letter fax cover to primary physician, and we'll name it this way. So we just name it like that. Is there? So yes, and so we see renamed it. Another thing you can do is this is the fax covers you the primary care physician. So if you wanted just to edit that explanation, say if you create a new report, you can put it, the description of that report there. So if we click off of here, and then it's taking a little while to generate that, and we click back, there it is. It's saved now, and you can always change it back, primary care physician. All right. And another thing we can look here too is we can see there's subfolders. So let's say, for instance, you want a particular report to go to subfolder, meaning that, let's close this for a moment, and we look at the patient's chart. There we go. So if we look in the patient's chart here, you can see there are all these folders. So we have consent forms, financial, photos. So we're going to show you how to organize this in just a minute. So those folders we can set up so that they occur every single time you start a new patient. So you can customize that. But if you want to create a new one, say for instance we're doing an echo, and we want to put all of the patient's echoes in one here, so we got the comprehensive echo report. Let's just do this mitral stenosis. We'll take that one and say we want to push that to a subfolder, and the subfolder doesn't exist yet, and we just want to call those, we want to say that we want all the echoes to go to an echo subfolder. Okay, so we close the window, and when we look in the patient's chart now, we're going to notice that we don't see that subfolder here yet. So, but we go ahead and run that report. So that was mitral stenosis. There we have it. I'm going to close it. And now when we look in the patient's chart, to make it a little bit easier for you, what we did is we added the folder automatically. So whenever you run that report, it's going to automatically put it in the echo folder. Okay? So, and that will be for all patients. Now when we look at this here, I don't really like this view here. My favorite view is the list view. That's what this one, I have this on my system here. So the reason is because we can see the full name of a report right here. And we can see all these folders. And when this gets full, it's a lot easier to read them. Plus, I don't like this navigation pane over here personally. So you can go to Layout, and we can see all these things. So we can see that it is actually checked as navigation pane. So now we have a much nicer window to look at the patient's reports. So there are a couple other tools in here. They do have, for the layout, you can do a preview pane. And so we see this preview. So the way that works is if we have click on something like this, and all you have to do is arrow down, you can get an idea what's in any one of those reports. Okay, so that can be convenient. We can also hide it by clicking this button here. So we come over here, and now we just leave it this way. So you can do a preview that way too. So that helps organize the patient's reports.